Hi everyone, welcome to week 6 of the course. For this week we're going to focus on the role of market structures and the importance of market structures in the determination of price and output. I think this is going to be one of the more interesting weeks because in this week we're going to really focus on the role of the different market structures, what we purchase, and why we purchase them at those particular prices. And I think it brings about an interesting analysis to look at. And the two characteristics of these market structures that we're going to focus on is the barriers to entry into the market and the number of firms in the market. Those are going to have the most influence on price. So if we look at the first chapter, chapter 9, chapter 9 is going to be looking at monopolies. You'll notice that monopolies are concerned about having one firm produce everything. Now, you probably wonder, is that efficient or not to have one firm produce everything? It isn't efficient, but that's what happens with monopolies. Examples of monopolies, when you look at them, are Comcast or your TV, your local telephone service, your electricity, utility company. Those are all examples of monopolies. And monopolies have extremely high barriers to entry and exit that you can't even penetrate the market. So it's very important to evaluate monopolies. The next type of market structure is looking at is oligopolies. Oligopolies are market structures with relatively high barriers to entry and exit, few firms in the market, selling very similar products. And the key term in this market is called strategic interdependence. We look at strategic interdependence, you find that in this market, the strategy that people do depends on each other. So a very interesting example of this is looking at the airline industry. When you look at the airline industry, you'll notice that they have to make a lot of decisions in the market. And most of the decisions that they make are based off of what others are doing. So they're always watching each other. And watching each other is very important to the basis of the decisions that they have to make. The other market structure we're looking at is the monopolistically competitive firms. Now, monopolistically competitive firms are going to be firms like Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, McDonald's, Wendy's. All of those are examples of firms that are operating this market structure. And when you look at these market structures, you're going to notice that these firms are focused on product differentiation. There's many firms in the market selling very similar products, but we have to make sure to advertise to slightly differentiate the products, and that's the key point. So when you look at the three markets that we're looking at this week with monopolistic, oligopoly, and monopoly, you'll notice that monopolies will be able to establish the highest price being charged in the market. Whereas oligopolies will be the second best because oligopolies can control the price because there's only few firms in the market. So they're able to look at prices that are being charged. And when you look at an oligopoly, it's really a situation where a small number of large firms dominate the market, taking up most of the market share for products and services that they provide. And when I gave you the example with airlines, they just watch everything that everyone does. Good example is with checked luggage. You started to see a little trend with checked luggage where a lot of people are starting to charge for checked luggage. And the main reason they're starting to charge is they're seeing that they can do that. So that's that's an interesting example. A common example you could see as well is cellular telephone industry, where typically a handful of big companies take up 80% or more of the market. Some related terms include monopoly, where there's one company that dominates the market, and a duopoly, where two firms have the majority of the market share. Oligopolies often arise naturally as companies grow and start to capture more of the market, pushing smaller companies out or absorbing them. Over time, the number of companies offering particular products and services, they really start to dwindle. And consumers rely on several big companies rather than a network of smaller firms. Now, if you have any questions on this week, let me know, but I look forward to your effort.